Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday's stream. Every Tuesday we come out here and show off all the cool new books and merch that we got in. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed your 4th of July and didn't get rained out in the last couple of days with all the flooding and stuff. But yeah, we got a bunch of cool new books to jump into this week. Let's start off with Beowulf from SHP Comics. Normally they're like super indie comic, and at this point it's caught my eye. It's a really dope story. It's a retake of Beowulf, if you can tell by the cover, by the name. While one piece of it is set in the 1980s, the story is also playing out during the High Viking era, as the same story is being paralleled. The story of Grendel and the story of I forgot the bully's name. They're both like kind of parallel in the story. It's really cool. It show flashbacks to one and then back into the 80s and back in the 40s. It's really dope. I like that concept a lot. It works very well for the story. You should definitely pick this book up. I highly recommend it. Next up is Clayface, Celebrity Dirt. Dope if you're reading Batman stuff. It is Clayface at its finest. This is a body horror book. Whether or not this Clayface is the original Clayface is a really fun mystery we're about to read along with and solve together. But if you like Clayface, this is a dope story. If you don't know anything about Clayface, this is a cool story to jump in on. It pulls from every era of Clayface and mentions all the other Clayfaces that have been out there before. By the way, there's been 8 Clayfaces if you didn't know. Really dope story, really dark, really gritty. It deals with a mix between like Hollywood drama and kind of just like Clayface monster stuff. So it's a monster horror drama. Definitely pick this book up, especially if you want to get to know Clayface before the horror movie comes out this year. Next up is Dispatched by Ignition Press. And guys, if you are not reading a book by Ignition Press, you should be picking up every book from Ignition Press, at least the number ones, and give them a try. Dispatch is dope. Dispatch is about a kind of like a UPS type of driver who's in a support group for veterans, but we don't know why he's there, because even in the veterans group, they don't believe his story. But all of a sudden he's thrust into a situation he can't get his way out of. He can kind of get his way out of, but it comes with a lot of snags and a lot of hiccups. And yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool mix between a PTSD story and grief and a mix of action. And it's really cool. I like it a lot. It's an action set piece that rolls non-stop. He's a really great protagonist to follow in this story. And kind of why he's there, you kind of don't know. You kind of don't want to know by some of the hints and tidbits of what you get in the book, but it's really cool. You should definitely pick this book up if you like some action set piece stuff. Next up is Fantastic Four First Foes Shalla. First Foes is a set of one-shots that are tied into the MCU's Fantastic Four movie. They're all prequels to the movie. This one's showcasing about Shalla, who she is and why she does what she does. Kind of gives you kind of a bit of an origin of the character from the Fantastic Four movie. Really cool. Again, if you guys don't know, Shalla is Norrin Radd's wife in their main 616 comics. Instead, in this universe, she has powers instead of Norrin Radd. That's why she's Silver female. Really cool though. It gives you a lot of insight into why she does what she does and kind of what her meaning of pieces. Really dope. I like how the comic expands the MCU stuff, which I always like and appreciate. What's also dope is that in the back of the book, there's always like these cool little talking pieces with Reed and the Future Foundation, and the book is presented by the Future Foundation as an in-house story. Really great. I like it from start to finish. You definitely pick this up if you watched Fantastic Four. Next up is It's Symbie from Marvel Comics. It's Symbie is if you guys don't know, Symbie is a character that first appears in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. He meets Peter Parker up in space while Peter was doing cool space stuff for a bit in this most recent current Joe Kelly arc. What's also dope is that Symbie is also in Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, which is a cartoon on Disney Plus, which my daughter loves. But yeah, Symbie is a little symbiote, and this is It's Symbie, which is the Marvel Unlimited mini comics that they put out all the time. This is just It's Symbie. It's the collected story of the character in the comic form. They do that with It's Jeff all the time. This is a cool way of, instead of getting Marvel Unlimited, you can just read the book in physical form. These are great to get kids into comics. So yeah, definitely pick this book up if you have a small kid in your life that watches Spider-Man as many friends. They're going to love it. And next, another beloved kids book, Jeff, the Landshark Superstar. This is not a Marvel Unlimited book, as far as I know. But what's cool about this is again all ages and great for kids to get into comics, especially during the summer if they're looking for summer reading stuff. If they're young, to get them into comics and get them to read a little bit more. These are great for that. What's also cool about this book is Jeff is teaming up with various heroes because Mojo has decided to throw a new TV show together and he wants to create the Jeff Coast Avengers, which is a mashup of a bunch of Marvel characters fused together. But they need Jeff to actually lead the Jeff Coast Avengers, and that's what this entire book is setting up for. Really fun, really cute. If you have kids in your life, definitely pick up It's Symbie and Jeff the Superstar. Next up is Operation Iron Coffin from Dark Horse Comics. Guys, I love this. This is a World War II set piece. What happens? It was cool. It ties back to like the World War II occult stuff and rumors about Heinrich Himmler and all that. But outside that, what if Dracula survived and now he works for the British Army and hunts down monsters that Germany creates? Really cool, really fun. If you like horror, if you like action, if you like fictional World War II or alternate World War II history, this is fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. I liked it. It ties directly back to the end of the Dracula novel and goes forward, so it's really cool. So there's no like gap there. Really cool. You should definitely pick this book up if you're a fan of Dracula, alternate World War II stuff, or just comics in general. Next up is Pimp Killer from Keenspot. I just want to talk about this because the word Pimp Killer was on the cover and I was so happy about that. Pimp Killer is really cool. It's a crime drama dealing with a young lady who's kind of like I don't want to say mercenary, but mercenary, as she hunts down like abusive men. That's kind of what the story really is about. It's about how one woman is taking the crusade out to help women who are victims of domestic violence. It's a really great story. I like that concept a lot. I do. It's done very well. I think the idea of a female like Avenger type protagonist and vigilante is really cool. But working within confines of law in a detective cop noir drama, it's really cool. If you like deep end stories, these are great to read. Especially if you want to get into something different to pick up. Yeah, pick it up. It's really dope. Next up is Rascal Randy, or Exquisite Corpses presents Rascal Randy. This is the first of the 3 known spin-outs of Exquisite Corpses. Each one might be, some of them might be prequels, some of them might be sequels, depending. I don't want to spoil the ending of actually how Exquisite Corpses ended. But if you've been reading Exquisite Corpses, it's a must-have. This is the early days. This is actually a prequel to what's going on. This is Rascal Randy and his first outing as I don't want to say the word because this might be on YouTube, so I do not want to say what the words are, but really cool. Before he becomes a monster to society. Really great take. I like the story a lot. The next book is going to be Mass Fox Killer, and there should be also Lone Gunman should be coming out soon. So yeah, definitely pick these books up if you are reading Exquisite Corpses. These are great add-ons and expansions to the universe. Next up is Sonic the Hedgehog from IDW. 35th anniversary special. If you have Sonic on your pull list, it's already in there for you. This is what is going to be tied to the animated trailer that they dropped the other day on Instagram. It's really cool. What's great about this book, it is a self-contained one-shot for Sonic. They're all done in their old Sonic chibi forms. It's really dope. If you like Battle Sonic vs. Sonic, which is one of my favorite fights forever in Sonicdom, definitely grab this book. It's worth the read. It's this great way to get your kids or yourself into Sonic comics. This is fantastic. Next up is Starcross from Dark Horse Comics. This is the long-awaited crossover between Sharky the Bounty Hunter and Space Bandits. This was actually originally announced years ago as the first Miller War crossover, but then time went on and he picked up different projects and did other projects and created other books for the Miller world, and we got Big Game as the first crossover, and now this one is coming up. It was teased years ago in the end of Sharky the Bounty Hunter. Dream of Starcross is, if you haven't read Space Bandits or Sharky the Bounty Hunter, do not worry. This is a very clean and easy, new reader-friendly book to get into. You can pick this book up and just enjoy it as is, because it is all about most of the opening is about the space bandits before we get to Sharky. It's really cool. It's really dope. If you like space, if you like heist stuff, if you like bounty hunters, pick this book up. Next up, we have Vampyrates from Boom Studios, and oh my, this book slaps hard. It's vampires and pirates. What can go wrong? It's really cool. They have a massive lore. It's about a young woman who is the the vampire empress, and her dealing. Let me jump backwards a little bit. If you like pirates and you like Game of Thrones and you like vampires, this is kind of all that mixed together. It has really cool deep lore in the vein of things like Game of Thrones or Anne Rice's Lestat series of storytelling, where there's a massively deep lore that goes backwards and forwards through time. That's referenced a lot, like whose house belongs to who. I like all that lore stuff. I'm a freak about that stuff. But instead, it's about vampires that are pirates. It's about vampires and pirates. Really dope. I don't really want to spoil the story because it really is a quick run through in this book. But it's about a young vampire princess, empress, who then eventually becomes something else. I don't want to spoil it, but she becomes a pirate for some reason. Why and how and all the mechanisms behind that. I do not want to spoil here. Really cool thing. If you like Game of Thrones, if you like vampires, if you like pirates, get this book. Next up, we have Witness Point from Dark Horse Comics. Witness Point is what happens if every serial killer that's in witness protection lived in one town, and there's a murder in that town. Everyone becomes a suspect, which is really a cool concept. I like it a lot. It's kind of like, again, like that thriller, that like procedural drama stuff I really like that's being played out well. And I like the concept that, like, oh hey, by the way, everyone in this town is possibly a suspect because they're all serial killers that now are stuck in this town because they are under witness protection. Really, really dope concept. You should definitely pick the book up if you want a heavier, kind of cool psychological read. I love this book from top to bottom. You should definitely pick this book up. And finally, for our singles, we have Zorro's Legacy from Alien Books /IDW. What's cool about this book is if you are reading the original Zorro book that's coming out currently, it's only 3 issues, so you should really pick it up. This is set in his future, modern day, as it deals with the great-great-grandson then grandnephew of, it's a weird failing line map. They are now modern day Zorros. It's really cool how they end up, how there's 2 Zorros in this book in the opening. But again, modern day Zorro. If you guys don't know who Zorro is, Zorro was a old school TV show, old school pulp hero, who kind of like the Batman of his time. If you want to think about that, it's a big inspiration for Batman. It's why Batman Zero-N-R is called Zero-N-R. It's Zorro in Arkham. It's the movie that Batman watches with his family the night they are killed. Zorro is a huge inspiration of Batman. If you are a fan of Batman, you should really pick up at least Zorro's Legacy. It's a really dope book. And we are trades this week. We have Sonic the Hedgehog Knuckles Anniversary Special. This collects the major one-shot just in hardcover form. It's dope if you just want to know a little bit more about the kid known as Knuckles. He's actually he was my favorite character before Shadow came. Little tidbit. And finally, we have Spider-Man Worlds Collide, which collects Spider-Man Volume 1 and Spider-Man Volume 2. One is which Peter goes to the Ultimate Universe for the first time, and one is Miles coming to the main universe for the first time, all before Secret Wars. Really cool. I like the interaction. It's really dope. And it's collected in this cool small digest form. And guys, that is it. You can check us out on our website, androidscomics.com. We post on books there at all time. Check us out on our socials, androids_comics and Androids Comics on X and Instagram, where we post like cool stuff like signings and store closings and events going on in store. And our YouTube channel, Androids Amazing Comics on YouTube and Androids Amazing Comics on Facebook, where we post these videos you guys get to watch. Please make sure you like, subscribe, hit those buttons and bells for notification. And guys, I'll see you back here next Tuesday around the same time. See you then. Bye.